I've noticed that when I go out, men don't approach me. I'm just used to men coming up to me, right? So now when I go out, I don't even expect men to come up to me, for real, for real. Like, I really just go out and I just be going out for a good time, of course, because I totally feel God's covering over my life in that area to really shield me from all.
Young living every day, giving it to you and cutting straight. YLE said it. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Now listen, y'all, today there's a video. A woman says men don't approach women anymore. Let's find out what she was talking about. She go in detail about it. Let's dive into it.
Do y'all want to know something that I've realized as of late? Let me tell you what I have noticed. In the past about maybe 6 months, right? I've noticed that when I go out, men don't approach me. And when I mean go out, I mean if I'm at the grocery store, going out for a walk, getting dressed up and going somewhere, it doesn't matter. Men just have not been approaching me whatsoever. And at first, when I noticed it, I was like, okay, this is different because I'm just used to men coming up to me, right? I had to realize, okay, when I'm praying and I'm asking God for protection in all areas of my life, I totally feel like my dating life has his protection over as well, right? When we know that a lot of these men just want to come in your life and waste your time. And if you're praying for a husband, if you're praying for your spouse, if you're praying for companionship, you have to realize that God is probably making you invisible to like 99% of these men.
Let's start here. She said men ain't been approaching her. She knows that in grocery stores, etc. She said she's used to guys, just always coming up to her. Welcome to a man's world now. I'm not saying that she need to be a man, but now you can understand what men go through. It's a lot of guys out there who don't have women approaching them at all. But you were so used to guys coming to you, you didn't have to actually do any kind of work. One question you got to ask yourself, are you approachable? And then another thing too is you might have certain looks on your face. You might be moving in certain ways where you're not attracting the kind of guy or making men feel comfortable enough to approach you. Are you sending choosing signals? Are you smiling? Are you giving out that, that really feminine, real kind energy to make a guy feel comfortable? And then on another note, we have to think about this too. You made a video on TikTok that blew up before saying how you was with a great guy and you left him because he wasn't good enough. And that same guy still sending you roses. You made it your thing. You highlighted the fact that he's still sending you roses after you broke up with him. He's a great guy, but he wasn't your guy. Now, every person has the choice to have whatever preference they like. But you said he was great and you left him. A lot of men seeing this TikTok, you're probably recognized by certain men when you're out in public. They realize that you let a great man go. So a lot of men are looking like you're ungrateful. So that could be another reason why men ain't approach you, because they recognize who you are from your TikTok. And to cover another thing, she said, as far as God not bringing certain people in your life that's not good for you, I do agree with that. Now, however, if there's a whole bunch of guys that's giving you opportunity and these are great men meeting expectation, that would be a different story. And then another thing you got to ask yourself, are your expectations realistic for what you're asking for? Are you congruent to what you're asking for? But let's continue.
He doesn't want these men to step to you because he already knows what it is before you even know. So now when I go out, I don't even expect men to come up to me, for real, for real. Like, I really just go out and I just be going out for a good time, of course. Yeah, I don't expect it anymore because I totally feel God's covering over my life in that area to really shield me from all the BS, okay? Because it's so much of that out there. So from one woman of God to another, if you're feeling discouraged or you don't know what's going on, that's probably what's going on, sis. God is saving you for your husband and making you invisible to all these men who they don't want nothing from you. They just want to waste your time.
With that comment right there, I'm going to say this. Sometimes it could be guys shielding them away, but it could also be that woman might not have done the work. A lot of women want men and they're not qualified for it. They're not in the gym. They're not taking care of themselves. They don't eat a healthy balance. They don't have a healthy balanced diet. They got a lot of mental, emotional damage that they're battling. So when you walk around with all this stuff and you carrying all this, men can see it. You can't ask for a guy that's 6'4" with a six-pack to make $300,000-$400,000 a year and you overweight and you don't take care of yourself. You're not congruent to what you're asking for. So I can't say that's always the reason with a female. However, in this woman's case, I don't know if it's genetics, but she's in good shape. She's an attractive woman. You know, we got to be honest whether or not you agree with her message. The other question would be, is do she bring the other qualities that would put her in position to be able to retain a guy that comes in her life, that kind of guy that she wants? You know, sometimes you got to do a little bit of work. Like I said before, you might have to do a little flirt. You might have to give some choosing signals to let a guy know. We live in a different time. A lot of guys not just out approaching girls like that, especially when women making TikToks about guys being creepy, trying to embarrass guys and belittle them. So men has took the thing and said, listen, I'm not going to approach. Most guys ain't going to approach no more. Women want men to start approaching. Women need to be open up to it. Women need to take the extra mile to make it noticeable that you want to be approached by said man. That's just the truth. So it could be God shielding you from guys is bad, or it could just be the fact that you're not congruent to what you're asking for. But like I said, she had good points, right? I don't agree with everything she said, but I am a fair and balanced guy. There are a lot of men out there that will waste her time if she allowed it to happen. That is very true. As guys, I know some men watch these videos and they might be like, oh, these women are for the streets. Some of them are, right? A lot of them are. But one thing is true, there are a lot of guys that be trying to waste their time, so they have to have good discernment and be able to decipher which man have true intentions. I mean, pure intentions with them. I can't lie. I got to be fair when I say that. I'm going to reiterate this last point. Again, you have to be congruent for what you ask, because God ain't going to just bring you a guy if you don't do the work. You can't just be 300-400 pounds overweight, not exercising, eating these bad foods and all this other stuff. You got attitude. Y'all want men as leaders. Y'all want men as providers and protectors. You want men in the gym that's in shape. You want men that's charismatic. You want men that's good in bed. You want men as decision makers. Yeah, you want guys to have all these traits, but you have to be congruent as well. That's how this thing goes. God ain't going to just award you just for being a woman. God ain't going to just award you for being a man. Are you congruent with the thing that you want from the other person? A lot of women walk around with mugs on their face. They moving fast. They distance. They just focus on what they're doing. You don't give off approachable energy. If you're moving super fast, right, you got this look on your face. You look super serious. Most men ain't going to approach you. They're going to assume you're not in a good mood. They're going to assume you don't want to be bothered. And one thing about guys, just like women, don't no man want to be embarrassed. Don't no man want to be emasculated. Don't no man want to be your TikTok story talking about how he's a creep because you didn't find him attractive and he just tried to approach you. So that's the kind of time we're in now. Things has changed. Women, y'all going to have to do a little extra. But that's all I got to say about this video. Before we get out of here, let's be on our purpose. Let's be on our grind. Let's get the money on point. Let's get the mind on point. Let's get the body on point. Develop them social skills. And last but not least, get you a passport and travel to a destination of your liking. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. I'm telling you, it'll open your mind like Vicks Vapor Rub. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your opinions of what y'all think about what she said. Tell a friend, then tell a friend, then tell another friend. Listen, I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out.
Yeah. Got the streets on fire, feel the heat, the Wayne way. Ain't never had no handouts, put in work, I'm self-made. Superhero strength, I got the power, Luke Cage. Flexing on them haters like Drake. This is real rap, no